so good in this tournament. You said this is his 7th game, and this is his 7th goal. He had 2 in the last one, and he was on hat-trick watch as well. He's been such a great player to watch so far in this tournament. Whenever the puck is on his stick, you know good things are about to happen. He's so effective with his dekes. He doesn't make any deke for no reason. Everything he does is precise.
First goal in this series between the Leafs and the Little Bruins, and it is going to Alex Amengian, and now race for it. Look out for Vasco. He's fast, and he wins this race. Gets a late shot on Blevins. Nothing too menacing. As the Little Leafs try to get it out, they do, but Bruins have control of it. Captain Young for the Bruins. Young lost it, and it goes all the way back to the Bruins zone. They will reorganize, and it will be again. Amengian. Look out, great move. A shot that he was looking to beat Blevins between the legs. Now the Leafs finally get it. They choose to attack some tired players on the ice. And now they let it behind. A shot came up in front, tried to reach for Axton Cahoot Hunt, who has had 4 goals in 11 regular season games. A disappointing outcome for the first overall pick, who didn't even reach the point per game mark in this regular season, but the whole team has been disappointing, really. And now a shot off the crossbar. Andreas Vaccaro can't believe it. He was close with 7:40 left in this first period. Bruins with an early lead. It's 1-0.
Yeah, the Bruins have been awesome so far. Vaccaro is a player to watch out for. They just have so many players that could do so many dangerous things when they break into the offensive zone. We saw the Little Maple Leafs in their last game of the regular season. Not too convincing in that big loss. 7-3 was the final tally there. Let's see if they could get anything going on offense.
And now behind the net, the Bruins are fighting for it. Let's see if the Little Leafs can play up to the Bruins' physicality without getting penalized. And now pass in front, great interception by Youngblood. Youngblood, who was traded from Pittsburgh earlier in that regular season. Youngblood, great hands, but gets the puck snatched from him. It was Young. Leafs get it back at center ice, and look out, it is Gonzalez, Speedy Gonzalez. Not so speedy on that one as he puts on the brakes. Tried to reach for a teammate in front, but couldn't do it. And now Lariviere with it. 2-on-2 developing. Lariviere with a teammate. Lariviere cuts in front and he scores! A wrister from Lariviere beats Blevins glove side. And it's a 2-0 Boston lead.
The 2 main goal scorers from their last game, William Lariviere and Amengian, both make their mark on the playoffs, this NHL Kids tournament. In the first period, we're 4 minutes in right now. Both of these high-level offensive players have already scored a goal. I'm so excited to see what the rest of this game entails. And you don't know how many goals these guys are going to pot into the net. They're hungry to score more, and there's so many other players to dish the puck to. We talked about the Colati brothers. We talk about Young. So many dangerous weapons on this team. Right now, the Maple Leafs look absolutely overpowered in this first period.
Yeah, can't even seem to install themselves in the Bruins zone. And considering the fact that Maneri is a great goalie and that will take a lot to beat him, the Little Leafs got to start putting some offensive action here, as they're now down 2-0 to the powerhouse Bruins that were barely outbeaten for the #1 spot in their conference, because the Little Canadians only lost 1 game. And now the Leafs finally getting an attack, but who else but Lariviere to snatch the puck from the Leafs player. And now a pass in front. It was a saucer pass intended for Jordan Colati. And in the corner, finally loses it. And now a turnover. It's back to Lariviere in front of the wrister. Missed just across the net, and now maybe a chance for a break for the Leafs. Patel on the left side. Tried to reach for a teammate as he spinned on himself. Couldn't do it. And here comes Boston once again. Lariviere. Look out for him. And now a great move last second from David Killian, but it missed. Now puck is loose for anyone along the boards. And now the Leafs decide to get it out. an icing call, and since it is not the real NHL rules, the Little Leafs will have a chance to get a breather, get some fresh legs as they will proceed to changes.
Yeah, good job on the Leafs there, just to dump that puck and get it out of their zone. The Boston Bruins, the Little Bruins, have been completely suffocating them and their defensive core right now. Now they're letting their goalie rest up a little bit, and now maybe we can see if they can plan some type of attack and get on the forecheck a little bit here.
Easily gloved. The shot from the point was from Young. Wasn't really directed towards the net, but Blevins got out of his crease to make sure that puck was frozen. And now the face-off. Had Blevins left, and it's won by Boston. It was Vaccaro with the win here. And now they cut it right back in front, and missing closely was Clark. Now puck, get right back in front of the back end. Oh my, and if this puck wasn't levitating, Tarasov could have gotten it, and now Tarasov was tripped. Bruins near a power play. Leafs will touch it, and they definitely didn't need that. A power play for Little Bruins. Looks like the player penalized will be Timofey Erasimenko.
Erasimenko had a goal in the 7-3 loss the last time the Maple Leafs took the ice. Erasimenko is one of the players that the Maple Leafs are going to need to keep out of the penalty box if they're going to have any luck in this game against the powerhouse Little Bruins.
And again, seems like the Little Leafs have the same problem they had against the Blues. They can't seem to start playing in the first period. A slow start, a slumpy start. And now with 5 minutes left, oh, a referee fell down the ice here.
Hopefully he's okay.
Well, he sure
like he
does
is.
look okay. That paycheck at the end of the day is really going to make him smile. And now we're back on the left side of Blevins for a face-off. Captain Cahoot Hunt for the Leafs. Vaccaro for the Little Bruins. And this time Vaccaro loses it for... And now the Little Leafs are going to dump it all the way down. And Maneri out of his net for a Bruins defender. Long pass by Young. Middle ice is Amenjian. Amenjian lost it here, and the Little Leafs have a break. Short-handed. Cahoot Hunt by himself against two defender. Cahoot Hunt in the corner. Searching to waste time. Cahoot Hunt surrounded by three black jerseys here. And now the Bruins going back at it. Maybe we'll try to install themselves on the power play. They get it behind. A wrister. Oh! Deflected, I think, on Blevins' knob of the stick. As it was a shot from the point from Sowers. Leafs barely get it out. Cahoot Hunt wins his battle against Sowers. Sowers. Now a wrister. Great pressure from the Leafs. Short-handed. We need to see more of that when it's 5-on-5 action, not when you're down the man, especially when you're facing a powerhouse like the Bruins.
100%. We saw the Maple Leafs and Cahoot Hunt actually score a goal short-handed against the Blues in his last outing there. So maybe he has a bit more confidence when there's more space on the ice. But nevertheless, like you said, now's not the time to go and score goals. When you're 5-on-5, it's the ideal time.
Solenius in front for Gonzalez. Now, turnover. William LaRiviere once again has it. LaRiviere delays his wrister. And maybe took too much time on that one as it was deflected out of bounds.
And every time the puck leaves William LaRiviere's stick, you just have a feeling that it might go in. It's kind of like when Steph Curry shoots a three. You just got to assume that it's money. LaRiviere, a goal-scoring machine so far in this tournament. And things haven't changed so far in the playoffs. Nothing new for him, and his team is operating status quo right now.
And now Gonzalez fighting for it along the corner. Gonzalez looking for maybe a first apple in this tournament. has 5 goals but no assists. Talking about Gonzalez, he takes that puck in front of the net but loses it, as we're now back to even strength. Bruins lose it. Leafs counterattack. Arisimenko fresh from the box. Arisimenko tries to cut in front of the net. A shot redirected by Minere in the corner with a stick. And now it's Nathan Colati. Now puck, there's a scrum, and now the Leafs will get it out. I think they pleaded for a call for a second, and it was Timofey Arisimenko, and now the play's whistled down. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Might be an icing, and they're going to line up here in the neutral zone. I think it will be an icing.
It's an offside.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Offside. Silly me. They're going to line up in the neutral zone. And I like what the Maple Leafs are doing right now. They're applying some pressure. And it's not too late. 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left in the first period. So now is the best time to get that first goal.
Well, talking about being hungry for that first goal, the Bruins are hungry for a third one. But now the Leafs are going to turn it over. And they're coming in. A wrister and a rebound in front. Kahudant didn't get much of a hold of that one, but still got a shot out of it. And now a shot from the point. Was redirected, but finally got blocked by Bruins defender. Now a saucer pass and a breakaway for a Minigan. He shoots. He scores. And Minigan with his second. And oh my God, you just gotta appreciate that saucer of a pass. What a beauty. And the little Bruins have no mercy for their opponent.
Absolutely unreal. Alex Amengium, second goal of the game. It's just nothing to say about this kid. Every single time he grabs the puck, it's like lightning in a bottle. He puts it right through the 5-hole of Blevins there. And it's basically target practice whenever this kid is on the ice. And he's looking like Hawkeye from the Avengers there, not missing a beat. This duo between Amengium and La Riviere just can't miss in this game.
Second of the game, and second of the playoffs for number 9, Alex Amengian for the Bruins, as the Bruins are right back at it. Amengian, who else? On a Hattie watch, that is probably Blake's favorite word so far in this tournament.
I'm waiting to see one.
And now, Bruins reorganize a long pass. Still on the ice is Amengian. Amengian tries to cut between the two defenders at the same time. Couldn't do it. Now the Leafs have it. It was Fletcher. Fletcher, initial shot blocked, took another one, but it was redirected in the corner. And now the Leafs turn it over. A 2-on-1 developing. And now maybe a shot from Patel that came too quickly, but when you're down 2-3, against a team like the Bruins, you have to take those chances. Bruins behind, and does this kid ever get off the ice? Amengian with it. Behind for Vaccaro. Vaccaro with a wrister. Blocked. Denied by Blevins. Behind. Again, Amengian gets it around the boards. And it goes behind the net. Killian. And a penalty will be called. Blake, did you see something here? I
think some frustration there from the little Maple Leafs. And I think Fletcher's not going to the box.
It's a penalty for the Bruins, I fear. It is.
Yeah, you're right there. It's going to be Vaccaro going to the box. It looked like one of the Leafs got a little frustrated there. Maybe a little pushing and shoving going on both sides, leading to the 2-minute minor. Either way, this is a great opportunity for the little Leafs to get some momentum going. They haven't really had great opportunities on net. There was a couple instances at the 2-minute mark where they had a couple one-time opportunities, but they failed to make a pass across the crease. So right now, just really, they got to smarten up.
Young has it. Young dumps it. And first on it looks like it will be La Riviere. La Riviere showing at it behind the Leafs net. Has 5 seconds left to first period, and that'll do it. Well, not much of a surprise after one in game one of this series between the Little Leafs and the Little Bruins. A commanding 3-0 lead for Boston as we're heading into the second period, and we've seen Boston take that penalty at the end of the first where the Leafs got aggressive along the boards and the Bruins replied. We know they're an intense physical team. Maybe this is the key to them potentially winning the Leafs, to try to get try to get the Bruins to be less disciplined and try to get some power plays to maybe create some space and get the goals they need.
Completely agree. They need to create space right now. They're lacking puck movement really in the offensive zone. It seems like the second they break in stride into the zone, they're looking to do it all alone. There's 5 players on the ice for a reason, and now you have an extra guy with 4 Bruins on the ice, Vaquera in the penalty box. And if I'm the Bruins, I'm just going to keep going. I personally think the Bruins could win this entire tournament. There's a couple good teams that stand in their way, but who's to say the Bruins can't take it all the way? So if you're the Maple Leafs, you're playing with nothing to lose. You know that you're playing a better team. You know that you just got smoked by the Blues in your last regular game of the season. So what do you have to lose besides giving it your 120%? Right now, I want to see pucks on net. I want to see bodies in front of the net, and I want to see puck movement. And I think that's the key to the game right now for the Leafs. If they could manage to play some defense and be sound on offense as well, to the point where they're just making smart passes, making it easier on each other instead of having one person take that offensive load, then maybe they could come back and we could see a nice close game to start this playoffs.
And sorry for the little mistakes. My voice has been hurting a little bit from calling all these games today, so if anybody wants to bring me a blue Gatorade, I'll be willing to accept. And now a shot from the Little Leafs that is deflected out of play.
Should be honored to bring Olivia a blue Gatorade. We're in the press box here at Ice 2. Yeah. First person to bring it, there's a blue Gatorade bounty. Either way, right now, these players looking a little tired as well, lining up in the Bruins zone. Let's see if the Leafs could make something happen up a man.
And now a weak pass, and the defender couldn't even get to it, was Calvin Selenius. And now the Bruins can waste precious seconds as they try to dump it, but it was knocked off Cahoot Hunt's helmet. And he takes it all the way back in his zone. Cahoot Hunt. A pass in front for a teammate. It was Youngblood. Youngblood trying to cut in front. Don't know what he tried to do. Maybe a pass, maybe a backhand shot, but either way, it's a Bruins turnover here. As Lariviere comes in, and he scores. And a short-handed goal, and the cherry on top. So far, Bruins keep dominating, 4-0.
It's the same story as last game for the Bruins. Lariviere and Amengium, 2 goals apiece early on in this game. And the craziest thing about that goal is Lariviere was getting hooked by a Maple Leaf the entire time he was in the zone before he got that shot off, but it didn't seem to bother him at all. It was like a fly on the back of your head. He just flicked it away and said, I'm not bothered at all. Shot that top shelf right where Blevins couldn't reach it. 4-0, short-handed now. And here's another opportunity at a hat trick.
And I haven't seen an unevenly match up since oh my. I have to stop the play here, as there's a heavy collision along the boards. And is the player going to be out of the game? I'm not sure. Maybe a 4-minute call?
Yeah, honestly, it didn't look. The second that he laid that hit down, he looked up, sort of letting everybody know it wasn't his intention there. It's number 2 for the Little Maple Leafs, Henri Cecile there. Just thankful that both players are okay and nobody's hurt. That's what matters the most. We've seen some injuries so far in this tournament, so that's going to be at least 2 minutes in the sin bin, if not 4. Sit there and think about it. Most important thing is, of course, that everybody's okay. And now the Bruins have another power play. Think they're going to put another one in there? I do.
And they really don't need it right now, but why not? And Cecile had a conversation with his coach. Not sure if he was saying that it wasn't in his intention to hit the Bruins player behind their net, or if there's just a little bit of frustration on both sides. Now it looks like it will be a
double
minor, but little mistake on the scoreboard here will be fixed.
So it looks like it's going to be a 4-minute penalty now.
And looks like he's
gone.
out of the game. It's a 5-minute major. And Henry Cecile is out of there.
And you know what? I don't think he laid that hit down maliciously with malicious intent. But the referees have to be consistent with their calls, right? If people are laying down hits on the boards, we saw an injury yesterday, and we don't want to see that again. So Henri Cecile is going to be done for the game. Hopefully this isn't his last game in the NHL Kids Tournament. Hopefully we'll see him back again.
I think the hit wasn't too severe enough to be suspended, and maybe down 4-0. Cecile was only thinking about going back to his hotel, testing that Super 8 water slide. I mean, who doesn't love that water slide? And now he's out of there. He's going to change and finally go home after a long day of hockey.
And we'll see what the referees decide. Still says 2 minutes on the scoreboard for the penalty, which wouldn't make sense due to the ejection. So they're going to fix that up with the scorekeeper, and then we're going to continue play. 9 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second period in this first playoff game of the evening on Ice 2. We have a game going on the other side as well in the third period about to begin. So a lot of action at the Cité du Sport arena here in the NHL Kids Tournament. A few long days of great regular season hockey leading to the long-awaited playoffs. Two teams eager to lift the little NHL Kids Stanley Cup trophy by the end of tomorrow night. You see Boston, the Bruins here, a dominant performance so far. One of the teams that a lot of people think could take it all the way. And the little Leafs, you got to feel a little bit for them, losing one of their players in the rotation, down 4 goals. But life is about, just like sports, how do you respond? When your back's against the wall, what do you do? Do you fall down? Do you get up? Or do you sit down and stay down? So let's see what the Leafs could do here as they face off in their own zone.
Some great motivation words here, as don't know if it is going to be a 5-minute major at the end of the day. So looks like player will be out of there, but this will be a 2-minute penalty only. As now the Bruins try to install themselves, and the Leafs get it out, but do they know it's 4-on-4 hockey? Maybe not. But at least it reached all the way to Maneri, so no icing on that one. Puck was barely missed by Killian, who fell to the ice, and now Leafs see an opportunity to counterattack. As now the Bruins have the power play, and a wrister. Watch out for Kalen Stacey. He only has a goal in this tournament, but a defenseman with quick feet and a great wrister. Bruins along the board try to get it out, but great work from Patel to keep the puck inside of the Bruins zone. Even short-handed, another great play by Patel, who stripped the puck from Channing Young. A minute left to that Bruins power play, finally getting in the Leaf zone. In the corner will be Amengian. Amengian fighting for it. 3 Leafs players surrounding him. Amengian doing it all by himself on a solo mission. Amengian once again digs through 2 players, but Amengian finally loses it and gets it back in front. Amengian almost did it all by himself here. And now the Leafs get back to this puck, but who keeps it in? It is Amengian once again, and he's stripped. But the Leafs won't get penalized, and now puck is loose in front of the net. And on it was Killian, but he didn't do much, and now they send it to the defenseman. Bruins looking for a wrister who wasn't too menacing here. And the Leafs finally get it out, as this will mark the end of this 2-minute penalty, I believe. And now a breakaway the other way. It's Cahoot Hunt, and what a back check by Calder Clark. Amazing job to get that puck back, and it seems like it will be a 5-minute major at the end of the day because Leafs are still down a man and player didn't go out of the box. Now the Bruins turn it over, but I think, personal opinion, but I think number 30 on the Leafs was trying to sell that call here to get that whistle.
Yeah, who knows? He looks a little bit shaken up. Let's see if he stays on the ice. There's a lot of contact these past couple of minutes. Channing Young laid a haymaker on one of the Leafs at center ice, right in front of one of the referees, and they didn't notice. I think they're talking to him about it right now, and he's going to go to the box for that, actually.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. He was laying a few hits down in the past minute there. Surprised he got away with it, but I guess not. The referees covered that one up real quick, made sure he got to the box, and holding the captain accountable. And that's a big loss for the Bruins for the next 2 minutes, and now it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey.
I mean, I want to say this is a chance with Young to the box for the Leafs to, finally get some offense going, but when you have guys like Lariviere and Amengian on your roster, you're never safe.
Absolutely not.
From a Bruins attack, and now battle for it in the corner. It's in the Leaf zone. Puck gets right back in front. And a shot while spinning on himself was Tarasov. Tarasov, who we've seen in the regular season, visibly frustrated many times. And now behind the net. Puck goes back to defense. First on it is Cornu. Cornu lost it, and number 20 on the Leafs passed by him. And now it's Leoff call for offside as Vaccaro gets it back. Vaccaro, long D-turn. Goes back to the Leafs blue line. Vaccaro digs through a Leafs player, tried to beat Blevins. Goals, glove side. But missed here. And now Youngblood was asking for that pass, but it looks like a Leafs player was hooked on the play. I didn't see.
Yeah, and Channing Young there is going to be joined by Jack Sowers. It's going to be a hooking call. This is a great chance for the Leafs right now. They're still down a man due to the 5-minute major, but a 4-on-3, so much space to work with on the ice for these little Maple Leafs. And honestly, this might benefit the Bruins as well. They have such a good roster. 3 players on the ice just gives so much room to work for them. If they could outwork these Maple Leafs, I really wouldn't be surprised if they score a shorthanded goal here. But then again, this is the chance for the Maple Leafs to be the one to score on the power play.
But so far in that game, really, compared to this morning where at least they had challenged the Blues goaltender in the first 2 periods, here they haven't shown much. And now the Bruins, it's Lariviere in the corner. Lariviere trying to waste some seconds as 3 Leafs players trying to get the puck away from him. And now a 2-on-1 counter-attack. Youngblood gets it to a teammate. Back to Youngblood. It was Cahoot Hunt with him, and Colin Mineri got out of his net to face that shot. And my God, is he good. Cahoot Hunt back at it. And now the former first overall pick lost the puck. And everything will have to be done again.
Back to 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 50 seconds.
So 4-on-4 hockey we have. Even strength as it's now Lariviere who delays his wrister, put on the brakes for a second, took his time. Blevins with the save.
Lariviere doing a great job putting pressure on Blevins. 2 goals already in this game, as well as Amengiam, and you really have to think at this point who's getting the hat trick first. We haven't seen Amengiam too much so far on the power play, but Lariviere able to out-muscle 2 players at once during that 3-on-4 for a bit there. He's going to take a rest now, well-deserved. But this Bruins team is just so good. And no matter who's on the ice, they're effective.
Shot that was blocked by Blevins and came all the way back to Patel. And now the Leafs with an opportunity. It's Andreas Sismas who lets it behind for a teammate. Now a shot that was directed in front, came from Patel's stick, a return. And now the Leafs get it back in defense. Gonzalez. And now, a turnover. It is Emenjian on a hat-trick watch for the goal. Scores! Emenjian with the quick whister. And the hats fall down the ice.
Yeah, that's crazy. The second he broke into the... He's tapping on his head top right there, waving the hats at him. That's just unbelievable. The second he caught that puck and entered the zone, you just knew that puck was in the net, and I think Blevins did also. I think Blevins knew there was no chance he was saving that shot, and he was just standing back, bracing for impact there, because Emengium is just a menace with the puck on his stick. It's automatic at this point. Now he's going to go for his fourth. Just unbelievable to watch.
Emenjian with his third goal of the game, third goal of the playoffs. And a hat trick now as he turns it over. And guess who it is again? He comes to his backhand. Alex Emenjian. Great save. Belvins when he was falling. Puck comes back to the blue line. Young with a wrister. He was a slapper, sorry, but still denied by Blevins. And now behind the net. Fighting for it. Bruins applying great pressure. Bruins come right back in front of Pest. And that came on David Killian's stick. Perfectly positioned in front of the net. Only problem is he couldn't put it on Blevins.
Just don't understand how Emengian's still on the ice at this point.
I mean, he's doing some cardio at this point. He's having fun as his team is up 5-0 in these late moments of the second period. As now the Bruins come right back at it. Vaccaro will try to get it back in front for number 9. And you know at this point who is number 9. It was Emenjian again. And talking about him, he's handling the puck. Down the left circle, Emenjian with a wrister. And easily blocked by Blevins. Behind for Young. Young a wrister. Deflected high and out of play.
Good deflection there by Patel. My gosh, the offensive frenzy we're seeing from the Bruins right now. It's a two-man show on the stat sheet, but really the entire roster is just making it insufferable for the Maple Leafs. 2 games in a row where it's over before it started. There's no coming back from 5-0. At least the way that these goals are being scored right now, absolutely demoralizing to the defense and to the netminder. And another opportunity here.
And that's a championship caliber team you are witnessing right here at work. Really, since the beginning of this tournament, a dominant run for the Little Bruins. And now the Little Leafs get it out. Cahoot has it. Cahoot maybe looking for small spark. And now a pass in front. And how the hell did he miss it? Youngblood at a wide open net, couldn't lift it. And 0 still the score for the Leafs.
No, that was a great opportunity there for the Leafs, but just a crazy save by Colin Menery. You really can't teach that.
And Lariviere and the Bruins really like to, take these last second wristers down the circle. They're waiting really for that goaltender to bite and finally take that shot. And it works so well, as now you're seeing Mark Tarasov take a wrister, but it was blocked. And Leafs attack again. Can they finally do something at attack as we're nearing the end of the second period with 1:22 left? In the corner, Lariviere try to dump it along the board for a teammate. He did, and now a long pass. Center ice was trying to reach for Tarasov, but couldn't do it. Stacy gets it behind the Bruins net, but really it's in Leafs employing the dump and chase technique. Problem is they're not doing the chase part, they're just dumping it. And now the Bruins get, oh my God, he just dangled through two of these players, but LaRiviere lost it, and now here comes the other way, Gonzalez. A hard shot, but it stayed on the ground and easily blocked by Maneri. Counter-attack, LaRiviere, a backhand. That was intended for Jordan Colati. Colati still waiting in front of the net. No one here to give him the popping. Oh, a bad break from Young. And it is going to be a 2-on-1. Patel has it. Patel for Gonzalez. He shoots, and how can you not put that one on net? The Little Leafs struggling in that game. Nothing going in their way so far. And you gotta hope they score a goal in the third. At least one has. The buzzer's gonna sound as both teams are going to head to the locker room. Well, after 2, Boston 5, and the Little Leafs have 0, and a Hattie 2 for Alex Amenjian. What can you tell so far, Blake, about this game?
There's so much to tell, but also nothing to say at the same time. It's just such a crazy display of unreal offense by the Little Bruins, and for the Leafs, you can't be smacking your stick going into the locker room to end the second period. You see these players going into the locker room shaking their heads. It already looks like they've given up. This is a playoff game. Everything's on the line right now. This isn't the regular season. It's no time to quit. Everybody makes the playoffs. It's a brand new slate. It's a new day. It's a new time to go and try and win this entire tournament. Everybody's at the same playing field right now.
Exactly.
And it just seems like they went into this game knowing they were going to lose. And that's the worst thing that you could do in a playoff game like this. They had 2 great chances to end that period. We were both surprised when they missed those. At the end of the day, if you're going to let that take over your mental and keep you back from playing your game and getting back in this one, then I don't know why we would even start the third period anyway. We might as well just end it right now. So the Maple Leafs have to turn it around, and they have to, like I said the last time they were getting blown out like this, 0-0. Just try again. Act like it's a brand new game and see what you could do. They scored 3 unanswered goals against, I think it was the Blues in the regular season. The Blues scored 6 in the first period, and then the second and third period, the Leafs won 3-1 if the game started in the second. So it's only 5-0 right now. Sounds like a lot, but at the end of the day, there's 11 more minutes to play. Sorry, I'm rambling, but go ahead.
It is
what do you think?
and you are definitely right, but the Little Leafs need to start playing, when the clock starts in the first period. They had a great start, but, after that first Bruins goal, got demoralized, and that was the goal for the Bruins, really. And as we're speaking right now, there was a conversation ongoing between the commissioner, the Leafs coach, and the referees. Gotta wonder if they're talking about a potential suspension coming Henry Cecier's way for that hit he laid on the Bruins player. And in your opinion, Blake, did that hit deserve a suspension? Because
listen,
I don't think he intended to, hurt.
I have no part in the decision being made at the end of the day. If a hit is made with malicious intent, then I do think you should be suspended. But right there, Henry Cecier, it kind of looked like he was just trying to get to the puck. And it looked like he was being physical, just like a lot of these players are. A lot of these players play a physical game, and sometimes you could get out of hand. Sometimes you don't realize the weight behind your push. So, yeah, do I think he deserved a major for that hit? Yes. Do I think he should be suspended? Probably not. But whatever the commissioner and the referees decide will happen. If he does get suspended, we understand why. We saw what happened. But to each their own at this point. Henry Cecier hasn't really been a major concern so far in this tournament. So hopefully if the Leafs manage to stay in this playoff, we'll see him again.
And the Leafs, talking quickly about them, this game, let's be honest, they will probably lose it. But they still have 2 games that they can win and snatch that series from the Bruins. The Leafs aren't a deep team. They aren't a talented team. Their first overall pick isn't even a point per game. We've said it in the beginning of this game. And what is even the game plan at this point for game 2 to counter the Bruins? Because they have so much offensive power. How can they counter that?
Yeah, it's tough. When you have the first overall pick in a tournament like this, oftentimes you're getting the best player, but then on the back end of the second round, you're getting the last pick. So not to say the 16th best, the last pick in the second round is a bad player by any means, but you're getting the last pick in the second round, and it's going to be like that every second round you pick throughout the entire tournament. So having the first pick is a blessing and a curse. You have to be able to craft your team perfectly, and the Leafs just haven't been able to do that. No doubt they have talent on their roster, just like every other team in this tournament, but it's about building the perfect roster to propel these kids to success, and I don't know if the Leafs have done that so far in this tournament. Is there hope for them? Of course. They could win 2 games in a row after this. But if I'm the Leafs coach, just shoot the puck at the net. You know you're playing a better team. You know it's David versus the Goliath at this point. So just try and find a chink in the armor, go for the ankle, go for the knee, something like that. Figuratively speaking, not literally, of course. We don't want to see any more injuries in this game. But just find any weakness at this point if you're the Maple Leafs.
Great words here. Wise words from my colleague, Blake. We'll be back in a couple of minutes as the Zamboni is almost done. We call you the score 5-0 in favor of the Bruins after 2. And we are ready and happy to be back in this one. Talked a lot about this matchup, but in the third period, probably won't be much to talk about. Both teams playing, for cardio, as the Little Leafs are down low, already by 5. I mean, nothing much you can do here when they haven't scored more than 5 goals in a game in this whole tournament.
Yeah, honestly, you haven't scored 5 games in the tournament in a single game, and the Bruins did it in 2 periods. So you just got to think about the dominant run that the Bruins are on right now. Just so many talented players, so many opportunities on net, and you see Lariviere and Channing Young talking right now. I think they might be talking about, should we keep scoring or should we chill a little bit? Like, I think that's might be the conversation they're having at center ice. And there's a chance that they said, you know what, let's just keep scoring. And you know what, you don't blame them. Like, these kids, a U13 tournament, you wanna improve your highlight reel, you wanna make your name known. There could be scouts here in the stands, we don't know. So go ahead, kids, go score. That's what you're here for. To the Maple Leafs, I hope you're hearing this too.
Well,
I hope you're feeling the fire under the bench right now that the coach just lit during the intermission. Because I feel it from here. I feel it for you guys. It's time to go out there and score. It's 5-0.
And quick message for Joseph Blevins. I know it's been tough. Right now, there's been a lot of shots towards your way, but, I mean, everyone's behind you. Everyone's behind you.
Everyone's in front of him, actually. But
no, but everyone's behind him. And sincerely, a message from the Pucks. So, Joseph Blevins, we're all behind you. As this third period is going to start.
I'd love to see a comeback win right now for the Maple Leafs, to be honest.
It will, because every time
everybody loves an underdog.
Yeah, because every time I've talked against a team, like I just did right here, they usually tend to come back or score on a breakaway. So I'm expecting 5 goals here. Cahoot Hunt, this is your redemption arc right now. Do something.
Let's get it. It's time for the third period. Let's see if these Boston Bruins are going to stand on business and close this one out and get that 1-0 lead going into Game 2, or if the Little Maple Leafs believe in miracles and are going to complete or start, not complete, they haven't started it yet, start the comeback.
Yeah, let's start by 1 goal.
Yeah, one goal at a time. Like we said, find the chink in the armor, whether it's the ankle or the knee, wherever it is. It's time to put the puck in the net. Believe in yourself. Believe in the goalie. You see the players there giving the goalie a little love tap on the pads. We got your back, buddy. We're in this together, and that's awesome. That's honestly my highlight of the game right there. Because you're down 5-0. It's so easy to just say, you know what, we're not going to win. Like, whatever.
And when you have, I'm thinking about the Titanic, you have that captain, you had all the people that were aboard. I feel like this is the story of the Little Leafs and the real Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, they've been sticking together, and really, if we end up drowning, we're drowning together. I mean,
that's
right
a good way to put it.
It hasn't been great for them, and I don't know what we're waiting for really right now. Maybe we're waiting for the refs.
Let's see if the Little Leafs sink or swim in this third period. Well, goalies are warming up, and players are warming up as well. You see Cahoot Hunt there trying to mentally prepare himself for this one. He knows, as the captain and the #1 overall pick, it's his duty right now to lift this team above his shoulders and bring them to glory. This is where miracles happen. This is what dreams are made of. The NHL Kids Tournament, the Cité du Sport Arena, day 1 of the playoffs. A great week of hockey has led up to this moment. Let's see what happens here as the referees still yet
And now
to arrive on the ice.
Channing Young talking to Cahoot Hans. He's like, can you let me score a few goals? My mom brought her camera. Not much battery left. Can you let me skate through your defense and score a quickie? Just send it to grandma. And now, visibly frustrated. Player was number 30. He was like, no, I'm not letting you score.
I think this is just a bunch of friendly camaraderie right now between these two teams. I think they're thinking of a way they could make the end of this game fun.
And he's like, let's only score with Michigans. Let's do that. Winner will pay the pizza tonight.
Realistically, I can't imagine what these kids are talking about.
I don't know. I mean, you're 12 and
not up to date with the new terms.
At my age, at 12, I don't know what I was talking about with my friends, but
I was just making sure the pizza rolls were in the oven at 12, honestly.
Pizza rolls. Exactly. Nothing more important than the freaking pizza rolls. And now, this is a lot of people for some pizza rolls. Here, now they're discussing who's going to buy the chips that go along with it.
And the referees.
And the last details of the preparation are ongoing as Maneri saying to the Leafs player, hey, I mean, it's okay. If you want to drink apple juice, we got cups at home. We know you don't. So.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, no cups for the Leafs. 1967, baby. As we're still awaiting.
Sincerely apologize to the people listening to this at home right now. Thank you for being with us. We're having such a good time here on Ice 2 up in the booth. Sincerely, Olivier and Blake, on behalf of Olivier. And the referee's still not on the ice. You got to wonder what's going on right now. Personally, up here, we have no idea. Both teams got extra time to warm up, and this might lead to a delayed start in our next game at 8:30. We have another matchup lined up for us.
And
currently 8:17 right now.
And Blake, we've officially hit the 12-hour mark in this booth. We've started at 8:15 this morning. It's 8:17. How are you feeling right now?
I could do another 12. It's been quite a ride with you, Olivier, and we've been on a hot streak right now. These teams are treating us to some good hockey, so it's not like we haven't had a good time here in Ice 2. And both teams right now still warming up. It looks like there's for sure going to be a late start to the next game. You just got to wonder where the referees are right now. What's caused this delay in game? Maybe having a little talk with the commissioner about the availability of Henri Saucier in this one. That could always be a possibility. I'm just throwing darts at a dartboard at this point. Not really sure. But at least you see the Leafs still warming up, talking to the players on the Bruins side, just having a good time. At the end of the day, that's what all this is about anyways. A hockey tournament, bringing kids together, having a good time.
And, oh, my God, a 3-on-0 in front of the net, and the Leafs, even with nobody in front of them, couldn't even hit the net. It's been that kind of night for the little Leafs. And now, refs finally on the ice. As players are exclaiming their happiness with stick flapping on the ice. Sorry for the little voice crack on that one.
And we're gonna start now at center ice. Who else other than William Laribière to take the face-off against the captain, Axton Cahoot Hunt. At center ice right now, the third period about to get underway. 5 Bruins, 0 for the Maple Leafs. Let's see if the goaltender for the Bruins, Colin Menery, can continue this game and achieve the shutout. He hasn't been challenged so much so far in this game, but a shutout nonetheless in the playoffs is a great feat to achieve. And we see the game between the Flyers and the Blackhawks on the other side about to start. A little bit ahead of schedule here. That's going to be a good one. Both teams got some dangerous players on both sides. Two offenses that have been struggling just a little bit to end the season, so we'll see who's going to come out on top in game one in that one. Center ice right now. Puck's about to drop.
Thank you for the deep analysis to, waste these seconds. Here was a long second intermission, so both teams fresh and ready to roll. And now puck's back in front. Leafs delayed a wrister and a shot that was denied by Maneri. Probably the best chance the Leafs had so far in this one. And now puck back in front. It was flipped in the air for a second. Maneri was looking for that puck, but already down, couldn't catch it. And here comes the other way, LaRiviere. LaRiviere tried to deke through Cecile. So Cecile is back on the ice for the Little Leafs. Toronto comes back the other way. Cahoot Hunt. And a backhand pass that really wasn't for anyone. And Mark Tarasov has it 3-on-2 for the Bruins. As the Leafs are outnumbered, but again, the Bruins can't get a shot on net. Great defensive pressure by the Leafs. And LaRiviere tried a Michigan, but he missed. And Blake, we've seen a lot of Michigan so far, but no attempts that got to the back of the net.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single successful Michigan, so still waiting on that one. Not sure who's going to hit it. I have my money on either a Mengium or on the Bruins. Yeah, it would probably be a Mengium on the Bruins. Get his fourth goal. That would be a sweet cherry on top.
And safe pick from you, as there's a dangerous wrister from Channing Young. A long return. Oh, the Bruins got it out for a second, but referee says they ain't offside, and Bruins kept possession of it until they turned it over, and Gonzalez had it. And now they swing it back, and again. It seems like they're playing ping pong. That puck's a hot potato. No one wants it. Now the Leafs finally get it. But now the Bruins get it again. It's getting confusing, and now what a great move in front of the net by LaRiviere. Toe dragged it. And he...
It's a beautiful toe drag there. Unfortunately, no good. And here comes a big shot by the captain and a stop and save midair by the goalie, Joseph Blevins. Knocked that out of the air with his blocker, caught with the glove. Shot there by the captain, Channing Young. And the Bruins are just relentless right now, putting the moves on these Little Leafs, trying to extend the lead to 6-0.
And yes, what a great work from Blevins in that third period so far. So if you're only looking at it from a third period standpoint, it's a tie game as the Leafs counter attack. With it, they're chasing in corner. Leafs have possession behind the net. Quinton Naidoo. Naidoo looking for a teammate. Naidoo skates back between, try to get it in front. And now the referee is going to give a warning to Calder Clark. Played a physical game in front of the net to get that Leafs forward out of his way. Long pass. In front reaches Youngblood. Youngblood has it, a 2-on-2. Youngblood with a shot, and Maneri made the save while falling down on his back with 7:49 left to this third period. Still 5-0 Boston.
Great awareness there by Colin Maneri. If you're going to get a shutout, you got to earn it. And so far tonight, he hasn't really earned it because there haven't really been that many shots on net for the Maple Leafs. But right there, just a great display of athleticism and awareness by the netminder.
As we're reminding you that this is the first game of these playoffs. First match of this series between the Little Bruins and the Little Maple Leafs. And the Bruins lead 5-0 in game one. And now a great move around the defender. It was who else but Alex Emengian, looking to get a fourth goal to his goal column tonight, but couldn't do it.
Yeah, fourth goal would just be the icing on the cake right now. A hat trick is already something to celebrate, but 4 goals in a game, in a tournament with so much talent like this is something to be proud of and something you could brag about for years. And speaking of which, a great shot there.
And the Leafs get it out, and almost a breakaway for number 30 on Toronto. He gets first to it, so icing called off. Now the Bruins get it right back. Captain Young for Little Bruins. Young with a slapper. Easily denied by Blevins' blocker. Now the Bruins get it behind. Fight for it along the corner with Sowers. Now behind the net is Vaccaro. Vaccaro try to sneak it. Oh, and try to sneak it behind Blevins' legs. Puck was loose for a second. And for sure, David Killian thought he had a goal, but referee had whistled it off.
Yeah, that would have been something to go up 6-0, 7 minutes left in the game. At least keeping the Maple Leafs somewhat alive after that miss. The Maple Leafs still haven't really given Colin Menery any trouble whatsoever in this game.
And now the Leafs having the control of this one. Top of the circle is Youngblood. Youngblood with a long shot. Denied by Mercenary, looking for that word that starts with an S. You can't say it too loud if you don't want to ruin your goalie's night. And now puck is in front and it's loose. And for a second I completely lost sight of that puck. And on the region was Lariviere, who already has 2 goals tonight. Well, he has 2 goals and Menigan has 3. This has really been the story of this Bruins team for the past 3-4 games. 2 dominant forwards just taking over opponents by themselves.
Yeah, and Lariviere really wanted to match his teammate there with the hat trick in this one. Would be nice if 2 teammates could get it, and here's a chance.
And a great move. Great moving in front of his net from Blevins. And now a turnover and a 2-on-1. Sismas with Youngblood, and maybe that pass came too early. Youngblood tries to get in front for Sismas. Trying to redeem himself for that early pass that missed. And now a counter attack. Here comes Tarasov. Tarasov cuts in front. He had full Jacob Fletcher. And he was looking for that goal, but gloved by Blevins.
You gotta love it from number 14. Tarasov, Mark Tarasov on the Bruins. He's so hungry for that goal. Great move leading to the open wrist shot there. But Joseph Blevins did a great job at flashing the leather. And Tarasov slapping his stick on the ice as he leaves to go back to the bench. You got to love the fire and the passion. You're up 5-0. You don't need to score, but the kid just wants to put the puck in the net. I mean, who doesn't? And hopefully we'll see him net one in soon.
Kahutan trips on himself. I mean nothing here because Gonzalez comes the other way. Gonzalez, lets it behind. That was a shot from number 13 on the Leafs, and now puck back in front and gets it back to the defenseman. It was Henry Cecire who was guilty of that 5-minute major earlier in that game, and Bruins touch it, and the Zebras whistle it. There will be a penalty.
Yeah, it's great to see Cecire back in the game. Like I mentioned before, now that he's back in the game, I could confidently say I really didn't think he should have been kicked out. So thankfully he's back. Good for him. It's really demoralizing losing, but then not being part of the team and being with your teammates during the loss, right? So if they are going to lose this game, at least the full team could be there for each other together. And who knows, a comeback is still up in the air. About to go on the power play. The Maple Leafs need about a goal per 45 seconds, so let's see what they could do.
Goal watch for the Maple Leafs. We're hoping maybe they can get one to get their confidence a little boost for heading back home tonight after probably what is going to be a loss in game 1. Now they get the puck behind, was for number 30 on the Leafs. And now they get in front for number 13, and he missed it as his stick was down on the ice. But when you have yellow tape like he does, I mean, surely doesn't help to score goals. And now number 13 behind the net for the Leafs once again. Menacing gets it to Cahoot. Cahoot tries to reach for a teammate in front, and he gets it back. The Leafs control, trying to really desperately getting that goal, and now a weak shot, but the return comes back in front. Cahoot takes his sweet time, and a shot that was partially touched. And now in front, back to Cahoot, once again a return. Maneri, and they try to knock it in the net, and it's denied. Back in front. Leafs keep pushing, but Maneri somehow kept it out of his net. And we were praying for the Leafs to maybe get one finally. And some great pressure. They were buzzing all around Maneri's cage. Nothing to come out of it. Still 5-0 Bruins.
Colin Maneri definitely earning the shutout in this third period. 47 seconds left on the power play for the Leafs now. And they're playing like they're on the power play for once in this game. They're applying pressure, and you love to see it. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Let's see if they can put a dent in this lead. Find that chink in the armor.
Behind the net, here comes the Leafs once again. Patel got it to a teammate. It was Arasimenko. Arasimenko looking for options in his corner. Gets it back to his defenseman. Shot from the point. Deflected by Patel, but blocked by a Bruins defenseman for a second, and they get it out. 22 seconds left to this Bruins penalty. Behind their own net, the Leafs get it right back. It's Patel. Patel gets it to Naidu. Naidu with a wrister. Oh, that came so close. And a return in front. Maneri lost sight of the puck for a second. And what a great occasion for Patel, but couldn't get it in. And back the other way, LaRiviere. He has 2 denied. A shot. Rebound Young. Should have maybe dived if you wanted that one. And now, oh. Almost got caught. It was Blevins. And oh. Here, I don't know what happened. Blake, can you enlighten me?
We see a shove over there by Youngblood. He wasn't happy with William LaRiviere trying to tuck that goal in past the pad of Blevins. He thought that his goalie had it, and LaRiviere, hungry for that hat trick, putting his stick in there, making some contact with the goalie. Youngblood had Blevins back there trying to plead his case to the referee, but he's still going to spend a couple minutes in the sin bin and think about it. 2 minutes in the box, 3:30 left in the game. That's not what you want if you're a Maple Leaf.
A shot by Tarasov, blocked. Back in the corner. Gonzalez first on it. And will not dump it. These little Leafs don't want to give up. Young, Channing Young has it. Has been solid again tonight for his team. Young with a wrister. Out of play.
Deflected off of Kellen Stacey. Stacey's been doing a good job in this game on defense. You can't do it alone, though. He's an NHL Kids veteran, as we mentioned in earlier games. He's played in the higher level tournament, the U18 NHL Kids tournament, but his play just hasn't been as good as it was against the 18-year-olds in this one so far. And here's a hit by Kellen Stacey, actually.
Get out.
And he's probably done for the night. And I don't think that was Stacey, actually. We'll see who it was. It's hard to tell from here.
It's Stacey.
It is Stacey
going to the box.
He had enough of William LaRiviere trying to get that hat trick up 5-0. He said enough is enough. You want to put the puck in the net? I'll put my stick against your chest and smack you to the ground there. Giving him a little cross check, but now 5-on-3.
As if the Bruins really needed it. Young from the point. Tipped by LaRiviere and gloved by Blevins. And you've been talking about Channing Young playing in higher competitions, U18.
Kellen Stacey, actually.
Oh, Kellen Stacey actually playing in U18 tournament. And now back to the U13 tournament. And with the way the Leafs are playing, maybe his team is going to get relegated to the U10 tournament, but we'll see. Not looking good so far.
It's not looking good, and putting your team at a disadvantage like this where you're already down by 5 goals is not the veteran move that we'd expect from a player like Stacey now. But we could definitely understand where the frustration is coming from. It's just a matter of staying composed here.
And the Leafs trying to attack short-handed, and the wrister out of play. It was deflected off a stick, and trying to make a little joke here, some little jokes to enlighten the mood, because for the Little Leafs, nothing really positive to show tonight. They've been putting some pressure in the third period and no goals to come out of it once again. They've been struggling offensively.
One positive for the Little Leafs is the series is not over, right? So there's still 2 games left for them to bounce back. They might just have to scrap this one. They're down 2 men right now, 2.5 minutes left, a little bit more than that.
And now intercepted is Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a wrister. Usually has a great flick of a shot, but right here was denied by Colin Maneri. Now a shot from a Little Bruins players. It was Nathan Colatti, brother of Jordan Colatti, also playing for the Bruins. And now the Little Bruins are attacking. It is a shot from Andres Vaccaro, easily gloved by Blevins here.
Yeah, Blevins has been doing a great job at stopping the bleeding. All 5 goals came in the first period, and right now, a shutout in the third, a shutout in the second. Blevins has made sure not to let in another. He's been playing very well since the last goal by the Bruins.
Alex Emengian, hotter of a hat trick tonight, tries to cut in front of the net, almost got his fourth. But puck got stripped from his stick at the last second as the puck was dumped all the way down the ice. 15 seconds before we're back to 5-on-4 hockey for about 35 seconds as the Bruins will counter-attack. Once again, Semengian. Mengian looking for options, lets it for a teammate behind, a shot, rebound in front. And to take the shot, return from Killian's stick was who else but Alex Semengian. It's his fourth, and it's a 6-0 Bruins lead.
Yeah, that's the icing on the cake there for the Bruins. I don't know if I like going for the goal here. You could have waited it out with a minute left, up 5. You don't need to score. Up 5 goals, so that's some salt on the wound right there. For the Maple Leafs, congratulations to Alex Emengiam scoring 4 goals in a game. But we got to remember not to rub it in too much at this point. You're up 6-0. I think now is a great time for the Bruins to take their foot off the pedal. And never mind, they're going for another goal.
And maybe they should think of it twice, because this is not a 1-game elimination series. You're facing these guys again tomorrow, and by doing these kind of things, it's 5-0. You're sending your top unit on the ice when there's a minute left on the power play in the late moments of the third. This just gives extra motivation for the Leafs to come back stronger tomorrow and maybe try to snatch a victory from Boston.
Completely agree with you there.
And now a counter-attack, Boston, and now a turnover. Cahoot Hunt couldn't get past Calder Clark. Great work at defense. Cahoot Hunt really wants to ruin Colin Maneri. I'm going to say it is shutout. And now in front, shot by La Riviere as there's 34 seconds left to this third period. Maneri heading to, like I just said, a shutout against the Leafs.
And you know what? Maneri might be getting a shutout right now, and the other goalie may have let in 6 goals, but I still really want to shout out Joseph Blevins. He's staying so composed right now in the net. He's not showing any emotion. He's continuing to stop shots, not showing any frustration at all. And I honestly love it. That's sportsmanship at its finest right there, and he knows this is a 3-game series.
Controlling his emotions, not, staying focused, not getting angered here. His colleague on the bench, Victor Chara, taking some notes. And we'll see if both teams are going to go out with the same goalies for Game 2.
Should be interesting as the Bruins have 2 really exceptional goaltenders.
Exactly. Do you want to rest Kuntz for the final or for the other rounds, or do you want him to take home that win
Well, you want your best goalie to stay warm, right? But
yeah, for
if
sure.
it's a 3-game series, you give them a shot each, and whoever, let's say the game goes to 3 games, whoever won that game plays the 3rd one, right? So that would be my strategy.
And the Leafs.
And the Bruins a little upset. I don't know why number 22, Andreas Vaquero, is a little upset there, smacking his stick. You just want 6-0. Maybe he's upset he didn't get invited to the goal-scoring party, but regardless, the Bruins are in a good position to win this series. They're a complete powerhouse of a team.
And talking about powerhouse, 2 guys stepping it up big time again tonight. William Lariviere with 2 goals. Alex Emengian, yes, with 3 goals. 4 goals. Sorry. So, yeah, 4 goals in that 6-0 Bruins win. So the Bruins, with that one, take a 1-0 series lead on the Little Leafs. And just like in real life, the playoff struggles continues for the capital of Canada. Oh, no, it isn't the capital of Canada, but
Capital of Ontario.
It is Ottawa. It is the capital of Ontario, yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you in a couple moments' time for the next bout of playoff action. It's been awesome. And we can't wait to see you soon.
Yes.